Hey guys, we're going to get into these next two episodes of Trek, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Courtney, and if you're returning, welcome back, my friend, and we're not going to waste any time. Let's hop on in, and I hope you guys enjoy.
The Enterprise is on its way to Penthara 4, where a Type C asteroid has struck an unpopulated continent. Command LaForge has begun work on a plan that would counteract the devastation.
Sounds cool.
You certain, Mr. Worf?
There was a space-time distortion, sir, and there is something back there. We passed within 300 kilometers of it.
Ensign, bring the ship about. Let's take a look at Mr. Worf's distortion.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Worf's what?
Riker's so funny.
The object is 50 kilometers ahead, sir.
Life signs.
No signs of any kind.
Are you sure?
Try hailing it.
We've received a response, but
But what?
they want you to move over, sir.
Move over? Like move out of the way?
Not the Enterprise, Captain. You.
What are you trying to tell me, Mr.
Oh, he moved.
Who are you?
Rasmussen's the name, sir. Actually, quite a bit larger than I thought.
Explain.
Every historian knows the bridge of old 1701D.
Are you from the future?
The late 26th century Earth, to be exact.
Uh-huh.
I've traveled back nearly 300 years just to find you.
This seems to be a reoccurring theme.
My focus is on the 22nd through the 24th centuries, early interstellar history. You know, it was always believed this was on your desk, not here.
Well, now you know.
It's like I described to you what a thrill it is to be here. This is the original. Yeah, try and imagine what a young Caesar might have done differently had someone given him a hint of what lay ahead.
But why are you gonna give him a hint?
The exchange of information will have to flow in one direction only. 7 meters. Ha! I was right.
And why did you pick today? Why not a year ago or a year from now?
Probably because of the Borg.
The Tellurian plague, was it cured?
I realize that it's difficult, but we must keep to ourselves questions about the future.
If I hand my assignment in on time, can I get a glimpse into next week's poker game?
That was a good one.
What did he mean he picked the right day?
You know everything I do, number one.
Something's gonna happen.
It's hard to tell, but he is holding something back. All the things he could tell us, all the things he would like to tell us.
What if he's an imposter?
There was a temporal distortion back there, correct, Mr. Worf?
Yes, sir.
Trek has made me even more suspicious.
The hull is made of some kind of plasticized titanium mesh.
Bring his vessel into the shuttle bay. Place it under guard.
Yes, sir.
This visit is going to be difficult for some of us. I think we should extend to him every courtesy.
Including questionnaires.
Including questionnaires, Mr. Worf.
I wanna know what kind of questions he's gonna ask.
This is really a thrill, Data. To think, the Model T of androids.
Okay, you don't gotta touch him now.
Perhaps the subsequent Model A would be a more apt analogy.
I stand corrected.
Is there a problem, Professor?
I suppose it'll have to do for now.
What do you mean?
I'll get you a list of the things I'll be needing, okay?
The replicator is going to be busy?
Do you know whether or not I am still alive in the 26th century?
He can't tell you that. What in the world? You want a towel? This isn't a hotel.
I assumed you would.
It'd be best if you kept your assumptions to yourself, wouldn't it?
Yeah, your attitude has completely shifted.
Now, our drilling phases can release enough of the gas to form an envelope.
If we can hold enough heat in with the CO2, that should give the planet time to mend itself.
New Seattle's reporting a cloud depth of 12 kilometers.
She looked familiar for a split second. Maybe, could be wrong.
I hate questionnaires.
Professor, come and join us.
We didn't agree to this.
As I promised, here are your assignments. Please try and complete them by tomorrow.
Seems kind of quick.
Are you suggesting that an important event is imminent?
I didn't say that now, did I?
That's what I would have thought. That would have been my conclusion.
As a matter of fact, a colleague and I recently paid a call on a 22nd century vessel. Isn't it fascinating how everyone has different interests when it comes to history?
I mean, this is accurate.
Would you mind telling me what that is?
Yeah, just checking the time, no problem.
He's waiting for something very specific.
What do you see as the most important example of progress in the last 200 years?
I suppose the warp coil?
Spoken like the consummate explorer.
What is going on?
What is he looking for?
There were no phasers in the 22nd century.
His passion lies in the perfection of the tools of violence.
Beverly's just nodding her head like, yeah.
As soon as we input this atmospheric data from Mosley, the computer should tell us how many holes we'll have to punch.
Aha! Just the two I'm looking for. Probably the forms I need you to complete.
Data will have it done in 10 seconds.
Is that as fast as he can go?
He can go faster.
Very little known about Data's efficiency. Almost nothing about his part in this mission.
His part in this mission? You mean helping the planet?
You're here to witness this mission. That's it, isn't it?
You let that slip.
If you'll excuse me.
Your prosthesis, what do you call it again?
A visor.
You know, Homer was blind. Milton, Bach, Monet.
Don't rub it in.
Captain, we've got everything we need. I'm ready to transport down to the surface.
I'll notify Dr. Mosley.
Seriously?
Who said these moments were any less exciting when you know the outcome?
Now, I know the cycle needs to start somewhere when it comes to time travel, but is he technically supposed to be doing all of this?
If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than 20 bore sites.
We're ready when you are, Jordy.
Mr. Data, ready, sir.
Something's gonna go wrong, I feel like.
Target 1 is emitting 2,000 cubic meters per second. Target 2, 1,600. CO2 concentrations remain unchanged at upper elevations.
Don't want to miss the show?
How are the surface winds, Jordy?
Holding steady, sir.
Elevated CO2 levels at 20 kilometers, sir.
Now you're talking.
Thank you. Thank you all. You've given us what we need. Time.
The Enterprise will remain in orbit and continue to monitor your progress.
I wish I was optimistic.
We always knew how you did it, but to experience the moment, to witness the nuances, it's indescribable.
Picard, I feel the exact same way. Ooh.
He's after more than a history lesson, I can tell you that. It's like he's trying to confuse us, misdirect us somehow.
In response to my sixth question, you spoke of a neural stimulator. May I see one?
Give me a minute.
I would be like, Doc, my leg, could you please finish?
Keep your eyes wide, soldier. You'll be telling your grandchildren how you were there at Penthera 4.
Yeah, something else is going to happen on this planet. He keeps saying that.
Picard's empath won't trust you. That's what they all said.
Picard's empath.
You know, some of my best friends are empaths. They trust me.
So you say.
Could learn a lot from each other.
You're right. I don't trust you.
I knew you'd say that.
I'm sure you did.
Well, I'm glad to see you two are finally getting along.
They're not.
Thank you.
He's gonna steal that too, probably.
I understand, but you're different. You're more vibrant.
Are you trying to flirt?
I've never met anyone who gave me thoughts about not going home.
Beverly, put a stop to it.
I could be your great, 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 great grandmother.
Yeah, there's a possibility. You're gonna let him take that? Beverly, come on now.
His questions to me primarily focused on Dr. Sung's...
Massive earthquake on the surface. 2 earthquakes.
Both epicenters are beneath the 2 southernmost drill sites, Captain.
We've also got some volcanic activity, pretty severe.
Could he have altered their phasers?
We're okay, but those were pretty big, sir. If this was Earth, I'd say around an 8 or an 8.5 on the Richter scale.
Oh gosh.
It is likely we overestimated the geologic stability around the CO2 pockets, Captain.
In a matter of days, there'll be no sunlight getting through these clouds.
And we know we need sunlight.
These are the coordinates of the eruptions, and these are the coordinates of the phaser drilling sites.
The mantle is collapsing where the pressure was released.
Dr. Mosley and I have a couple of ideas, but it's gonna take some time to sort them out.
Sort them out, Jordy.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, because y'all are in trouble.
We came here to help these people. And look what we've done.
Did he do this just to have a very... What in the world is happening? To have a very significant historical event happen?
Mozart's Jupiter Symphony in C major. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, 2nd movement.
Wait, all of them at once? How about we just pick one? How about another one?
Computer, half volume. How did... Actually, I'm capable of distinguishing over 150 simultaneous compositions. I try to keep it to 10 or less.
Okay, makes sense.
Well, I came to thank you for answering my questions, though I probably should have asked you to limit yourself to 50,000 words.
You have to remember, he's an android.
Very few records of Dr. Soong's work survived to the 26th century. If you could provide us with some schematics, as long as it's before 0900 tomorrow, that's when I'll be heading back.
Why? What happens at 0900?
Have you rerun the phase reversal figures data?
The variance must be no more than 0.06 terawatts.
We'll continue to run the numbers down here, but I doubt we'll come up with anything different.
Is he taking items to take back to the 26th century?
With a modified phaser blast, we can create a shock front that would encircle the planet and ionize the particles. If our phaser discharge is off by as little as 0.06 terawatts, it would cause a cascading exothermal inversion. We would completely burn off the planet's atmosphere.
They'll figure it out. At least I hope they do.
Unless we do something about it, I'm told that in a matter of weeks, thousands, maybe tens of thousands will die.
What's your dilemma?
You're the dilemma.
You're not suggesting I tell you the outcome of your efforts.
Oh, no.
That's not what he's saying.
There are 20 million lives down there. And you know what happened to them.
So it seems you have another dilemma, one that questions your convictions.
Well,
Focus, please.
how can you be comfortable watching people die?
What if I were to tell you they all died? What then? Obviously, you'd decide not to make the same mistake twice.
This is such a mind game.
But this is not a class in temporal logic. It's not theoretical, it's not hypothetical, it's real.
And it's happening right now.
What I do know is that here, today, one way millions of lives could be saved.
Everyone dies, Captain. It's just a question of when.
Okay, but still.
Of course, you know of the Prime Directive. But nevertheless, I have disregarded that directive on more than
Yeah,
one occasion.
you have.
Because I thought it was the right thing to do.
So, what do you think is the right thing to do?
But every choice we make allows us to manipulate the future.
He's right.
Do I take my holiday on Corsica or Risa?
That darn Risa.
Perhaps I don't give a damn about your past because your past is my future. And as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't been written yet.
So what are we gonna do?
Please don't ask me, Captain. I can't help you. Sorry.
We're gonna trust the process.
By refusing to help me, you left me with the same choice I had to begin with, to try or not to try. And your arguments have reminded me how precious the right to choose is. Because I've never been one to play it safe. I choose to try. Mr. Data, program the firing sequence.
Aye, sir.
Excuse me, Captain, but I can be of a lot more help down here. We're gonna have to compensate for the density variations right up to the last second.
That doesn't surprise me. Jordy would want to stay.
Mr. Ford, you know better than anyone that there's no guarantee that this will work.
There's no guarantee it's going to fail, Captain.
Yeah?
I'd like your permission to remain here on the surface.
Permission granted.
Permission granted.
LaForge remain below.
How about you go sit down and be quiet?
The deflector dish has been reconfigured, sir. Proceed, Mr. Data.
Oh, wow. That was really cool. But did it work?
Forge here. Still breathing, Captain.
Well, that's good.
And the sun is shining.
See, Captain? Told you there was nothing to worry about.
Doctor, we'll stay in orbit and analyze the remaining volcanic disturbances.
Getting in the habit of thanking you, Picard.
I am tickled pink to have had the opportunity of witnessing this, Picard.
Not tickled pink.
Well, let's run. Got some packing to do.
What about everything you took? Oh, what are y'all up to?
Afraid we're going to have to take a look inside your vessel.
Curious till the end, eh, Captain?
He's serious.
A number of objects have been discovered missing in the last 2 days, and if they're in your possession, then we would like them returned.
I'm sure they'll turn up.
No.
If you will not open the vessel, I will. With explosives, if necessary.
I doubt you have the means.
If we don't get in that thing, I guarantee you don't either.
Trust me, we'll figure it out.
I think you'll understand if I request that only Mr. Data be allowed to see it.
Because if I order Mr. Data never to divulge what he sees in there, he won't. With the exception of anything that might belong to us.
This is, yeah. Fancy.
I do not believe any of these items belong to you, Professor.
Is that a visor?
You see, in the century I come from, they haven't even been invented yet.
What?
Oh, this is a time pod, and it is from the 26th century. You see, he decided to travel back to the 22nd century. That's my time. And he had the misfortune of meeting me.
Oh, wow. That is terrible.
Well, thanks to your captain, it seems my intentions have changed slightly. You will take a little longer to figure out than a tricorder.
Why is everyone always trying to kidnap Mr. Data?
I assume your handprint will open this door, whether you are conscious or not.
You're right.
You were right to suspect him, sir. But he is not from the future. He is from the past.
This was all a misunderstanding, Picard. Just let me back in there. We'll forget the whole thing.
How about no?
Doctor.
Very nice performance.
He claims to be a 22nd century inventor, Captain.
Pity you weren't a bit more inventive. But once the door was opened, the computer was able to detect and deactivate everything you'd stolen.
Nice.
I'd love to hear more, Picard, but I really must get back in that pod.
No, you're stuck.
You can't do this. I've got to get back. I don't belong here.
That's a personal problem.
I'm sure that there are more than a few legitimate historians at Starfleet who will be quite eager to meet a human from your era.
Oh, yeah. See how you like it.
Welcome to the 24th century.
This was a very satisfying ending. Even though we've seen plenty of time travelers before, I was not expecting him to be from the past, to be perfectly honest with you. He would have gotten away with it if he had just been more careful and he wasn't so cocky, but obviously his demeanor, you could tell that he was up to something. But yeah, I could not figure this one out, and that made it even more enjoyable. And poor Mr. Data, like... It's just a reoccurring theme. Please stop kidnapping him, or at least attempting to kidnap him. I get it. He is very fascinating, but no, stop trying to do that. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, especially with him stealing items, it didn't really add up. But obviously knowing he was from the past, it did add up, but I just kept thinking, you're from the 26th century, so why do you want access to our technology? Shouldn't y'all's technology be even more advanced at that point? But yeah, overall, glad that they were able to help out the planet, because I was a little nervous there for a moment. I kept thinking, what is he, again, trying to accomplish? Is he trying to play this mind game and confuse us? And the fact that he really thought that he could take all those items and nobody noticed, because up until that point, I just kept thinking, there's no way y'all didn't notice he was taking stuff. Come on. I mean, really. And the fact that the computer was able to, disarm everything once the door was open, I love that detail. And he honestly brought it on himself. Like, you really think we're going to let you leave so you can continue doing this? Like, who's to say you don't go to another starship and try and, do the same thing all over again? We can't have that. Like I said, you're stuck with us, buddy. And I love that. So this one was quite enjoyable, and I really enjoyed the ending. I felt like this episode was wrapped up quite nicely, and I hope he enjoys his time here in the future, because like I said, you're stuck. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for episode 10, so let's hop on in, my friends, and I hope you guys enjoy.
We're approaching the planet B'Elanna 3, where a new method of propulsion known as the soliton wave is being developed.
Sounds fun.
Data, isn't this exciting? We are going to witness a moment in history.
Every nanosecond in this continuum is a moment in history.
A ship just generates a soliton wave and then rides it through space like a surfboard.
That sounds really cool.
It should be interesting.
Very exciting.
I'm talking to the wrong crowd.
You really are.
You know what?
Mama.
Is father with you?
No, but I brought
brought Alexander with me.
Oh.
I will make arrangements for you to come aboard.
Good.
I hope everything's okay. Hey, little one.
Is that a touch of gray in your beard? Rashenko men have always had beards of iron gray.
Hello, Alexander.
Hello.
We can't hug? Klingons don't hug?
I'm not going back.
Wait, what? Is he a lot to handle? What's going on?
Did you see the look on Alexander's face when he saw the play area? He's going to love it here.
Why does Alexander believe he is remaining?
Yeah, why?
Are you eating? You look thin.
Mother.
I always had to make sure that I was...
Mama.
Mother, we need to talk about Alexander.
Let's get to it.
Alexander is a fine boy, Worf.
Is something wrong with Worf's dad?
When we learned Alexander was to come to live with us, we were so happy. Your father and I, we're getting old.
You can't keep up anymore.
You both have many years.
Oh, I don't mean we're ready for the grave, not yet. We're a little less active. We're ready to be just grandparents.
Not full-time parents.
Alexander needs to be with his father, Worf.
That is not possible.
Can't we just try it for a little while?
He's having difficulties.
Klingon children are often difficult to control.
I do know something about how Klingon children behave.
Did he forget? She raised you.
He doesn't always tell the truth.
My son is a liar.
He is a boy, Worf.
He's a child.
He needs a father. His father to give him that guidance. You must do what you think is best for him.
I mean, this is true. He is the parent.
Did you enjoy going to school on Earth?
Yes.
Is that the truth?
Did you like your teachers?
Yes.
What was your favorite subject?
I understand you lived in my old room.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Oh, where's Kalar when you need her?
And you must be Alexander. I hear you'll be coming to school with us for a while. I know the other boys and girls will be happy to have a new classmate.
Can you respond?
Could you spell your last name for me?
Alexander. The teacher asked you a question.
Date of birth.
We don't know.
The 43rd day of MacTac. Stardate 43205.
Oh,
Oh, one last question. How long will he be staying aboard ship?
we don't know. Oh.
I apologize for being late, Captain. I was detained in school.
Oh, he doesn't know.
And I would like to discuss...
Kyle to Lieutenant Worf.
I will contact you shortly, Miss Kyle.
I would like to discuss with you the specific areas of ship security that I would like to...
Sickbay to Worf.
What now?
I also need his complete medical records from Earth and the medical records of his
I would
mother.
rather discuss this at a later time.
Take care of your son. The security matters can wait.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Captain.
I'm glad he understands. Because there's some people who wouldn't care.
23 field coils working in concert will generate the soliton wave. If our theories are correct, the wave will envelop the ship and push it into warp.
Warp without warp drive.
Sounds fancy.
You'll need to remain within 20 kilometers in order to receive telemetry. I'll be sending you more detailed operational plans within the hour.
All right, cool. Deanna, what's going on?
I was just talking to Mrs. Kyle, the primary school teacher. She told me you'd enrolled Alexander in her class this morning. Did she tell you about the father-son field trip this afternoon?
Yes, we cannot attend.
Why not?
That would be fun. Do it.
This would be a good opportunity for you to meet some of the other students and parents. Now, I'd like to show you a pair of animals that we're trying to save from extinction.
Okay, please tell me they're here. Oh, good.
They're from Corvin 2. They're called Corvin Gilvos. Well, they're a little shy.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what in the world we were looking at.
There are only 14 Gilvos left on Corvin 2. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell everyone that the models on the tables were for everyone to play with. I saw you playing with the lizard model a while ago. Do you still have it?
Did you take it?
Did you take the model of the lizard from the table?
No, sir.
Check his pockets.
Lieutenant, I saw Alexander put the model inside of his jacket.
So that's what she saw. Well, we need to correct this behavior very quickly.
But I find that I would rather fight 10 Balduck warriors than face one small child.
Wow, Worf, come on.
His word is his bond. Without it, he is nothing. Why did you lie to me?
I don't know.
You don't know why you lied, and yet you did. You don't know why you stole, and yet you did.
A child's brain isn't fully developed. Them saying, I don't know, they really don't know. You just gotta teach them right from wrong.
When I was a child,
I was difficult.
I lost my parents, my family.
Oh, that's where we're starting.
Everything I had was taken from me, except my sense of honor. Do you know who they are?
Collis?
And his brother Moroth. They fought for 12 days and 12 nights.
That's some stamina.
When you lie or steal, you not only dishonor yourself, but your family.
I won't do it ever again. I promise.
I think Worf is doing a pretty good job, actually.
Worf?
What do you want?
I just wanted to know how the field trip went yesterday.
You have not heard.
No. Why?
There was thievery.
Alexander stole a small model and then told a falsehood. But I've remedied the situation.
He's under the impression that he understands, but he's still a child.
I'd be happy to help if you have any further problems.
Alexander will not repeat this mistake.
He's probably going to prove you wrong, but like I said earlier, I commend you for the way you spoke to him.
The Enterprise is ready, Doctor.
This is Dr. Jadar to all stations. You may begin the launch sequence.
Soliton wave has been initiated. It's heading for the test ship.
Ooh. Ooh.
The test ship has successfully entered warp, sir.
I hope it's still intact.
The effect has been localized within 2 kilometers of the wave front.
Energy transfer is 98%.
That is 450% more efficient than our own warp drive.
Wow. That's impressive.
The wave's power signature is fluctuating.
Of course it is.
Test ship's warp field is becoming unstable. Sensors show multiple disruptions.
It is expanding toward us.
Honestly, when it comes to experiments, someone has to test stuff out. Ooh, jeez.
Our last readings indicate the craft exploded due to extreme shearing stress.
The preliminary data we received indicate a transient power imbalance. Are you still tracking the wave?
No, the explosion damaged our main sensor array, but I think we'll have it repaired in a couple of hours. You did it. Warp without warp drive. For a while there, it was really something to see.
Yeah, but now we gotta make it so there are no more explosions. Look, you gotta start somewhere.
From his test scores, I'm sure he'll turn out to be one of my best students.
But
From his behavior in class so far, I do have some concerns.
he still lies and steals.
He's defiant. He's overly aggressive toward the other students.
Perhaps you do not have experience dealing with Klingon children.
I mean, that's obvious that she doesn't.
He takes toys from the other students and then denies taking them.
All right.
And he's bluntly told me, you said, Klingons do not listen to teachers.
Oh dear.
I did not tell him that.
No, of course not.
Not lying on your own father. Time to start taking away privileges.
Where is Alexander Roshenko?
Alexander Roshenko is on holodeck 4.
Worf might be resistant to Counselor Troy helping.
Calisthenics program of Lieutenant Worf. Difficulty level, novice.
Because they're not, I mean, she's not there. She's not Klingon. Sorry, y'all, I had to finish that statement. I'm so glad it's on novice. I got so nervous. Ooh, nice job, little one.
Did you see it, Father? I won!
Yes, I saw. I also said I wanted you to obey your teachers and keep your promise to me.
She hates me. That's why she makes up stories about me.
Why do you think she hates you?
Return to our quarters.
But you said we could go see the Gilvos again.
Not after you have broken your word. It is now clear to me that I have failed in my duties as your father.
Yeah, we need Counselor Troy.
I will arrange for you to attend a Klingon school.
No, I won't go!
It's not funny, but Worf's face was great.
You will go to our quarters and remain there until I return.
The wave is continuing on a course to the Lemma 2 colony.
Open a channel back here to Dr. Jadar.
Is there any way to stop it?
The wave has increased in velocity to warp 4.1.
Lovely.
The energy level of the wave has increased by a factor of 12. At this rate, it will have increased by a factor of 200 by the time it reaches Lemma 2.
Will we still be able to dissipate the wave?
Commander, at that energy level, the wave will not only destroy the colony, it'll take most of the planet with it.
That was my prediction, but I didn't want to, throw it out there too quickly.
Are you sure this is what you want?
I don't think he knows what he wants.
He will be better off at a Klingon school.
Have you discussed this with Alexander?
He didn't ask him, he told him.
My concern right now is how this decision is going to affect you. How will you feel when Alexander's gone?
That is, okay, yeah, I like that. Good question.
I will be pleased that he is receiving the guidance he requires.
That you think he requires.
At the time, I felt he needed a home, a family.
Have you ever wondered how Alexander felt about being sent away?
He was very young.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have emotions.
I am sure that he was confused.
Do you think he felt abandoned? After all, he left very soon after Kalar's death. He lost his father as well.
Yep. Became an orphan in a way.
Are you saying that his misconduct is a result of feeling abandoned?
It's possible.
Yeah, could be.
Instead of dealing with their feelings, they act on them.
And at his age, he does this by lying and stealing.
Tell me about the last time you spoke with Kalar.
Oh.
The night she died.
We argued.
About what?
Alexander. About how she did not tell me about him when he was born.
Are you still angry with her?
Of course not.
Angry because she died and left you alone with a son you never knew you had.
Yeah, she did spring that on you.
You both have a lot of healing to do. Perhaps you should think about doing it together.
All right, yep. I'm seeing the growth I need to see. Oh, are we running away?
Alexander.
I'm almost done.
Stop for a moment.
Oh, that's right. He was going to send him to a Klingon school.
I understand. You're ashamed of me.
You do not understand.
You don't care about me.
That is not true.
All you care about is your honor. My mother wouldn't send me away.
Lieutenant Worf?
Not now, Riker.
Remain here. I will return shortly.
Aww. He's not going to remain there.
We could attempt to use our own warp engines to generate an inverse resonance wave, and then we should be able to neutralize it.
You don't sound very confident.
Not at all.
It will be extremely difficult to achieve an exact match.
Okay.
Let's take the second option.
What else do we got?
We could create a backfire, an explosive force set off just in front of the soliton wave.
Let's do that.
But the bad news is that in order to set up this backfire,
We got to get in front of it.
Why can't we go around it?
The wave has been growing in size as well as power.
That's a risk.
The shields have not been fully restored. Shield strength is down to 33%.
It's a better choice.
It is the better choice.
Ensign, after we pass through the wave, I want you to take us to a relative position 23 kilometers in front of it.
Aye, sir.
Woo.
Stand by to increase speed to warp 7.3.
All decks, this is the bridge. Brace for impact.
Can you imagine being on the toilet when something like this happens? That was the most random thought I probably had in a Trek video. Just stop and think about it. You're just trying to do your business and all of a sudden, red alert.
We have dropped to warp 7.2.
Good job.
We need to evacuate sections 24 to 47, decks 35 to 38.
That's a lot.
There is a fire in Biolab 4. The fire suppression apparatus is not functioning.
Seal off that compartment.
Oh no, that's where Alexander is.
Life form is identified as Alexander Roshenko.
Oh, yeah. All he had to do was follow instructions.
Can we transport him out of there?
Transporters are still offline.
The wave is gaining on us. We need more speed.
I doubt that I can keep this speed up much longer, Commander.
Biolab 4 is one of the areas that will be flooded with ion radiation.
You have 3 minutes, not 1 second more.
All right, let's get this done. Oh, come on. Ooh, yes, Worf. Ooh.
Alexander!
Come on, y'all.
I found him!
Oh gosh, no.
It's too heavy. I've got to find something to help us.
Father,
Be still. I am here.
my leg hurts.
Dr. Crusher can fix that in no time. See, there you go. In times of crisis, we get superhuman strength. Or I should say superhuman abilities. There you go.
The devil!
There's no time.
Please, don't die!
Bridge to Lieutenant Worf, acknowledge.
The wave is about to overtake us, sir.
Fire. Fire.
5 torpedoes.
Oh, good.
The wave has been disrupted, sir.
Riker here, Captain. We made it, sir. It's gonna be all right.
Well, baby, you have learned a valuable lesson.
You're a very lucky little boy. Just some minor smoke inhalation and a hairline fracture of the tibia.
Are you gonna get in trouble because of me?
Do not concern yourself with that.
Mm-hmm.
I promise I'll be good at the Klingon school.
Physical and mental hardships faced by the students are meant to build character and strength. If you wish to face a greater challenge, you may stay here with me. It will not be easy for either of us.
You got that right.
But perhaps we can face the challenge together.
I accept your challenge, Father. I will stay.
Good.
I believe your mother would be pleased.
She sure would be. This was quite a cute episode, especially getting to see Alexander again and getting to see how he and Worf navigate their relationship. I knew something was up when we saw Mom. At first I was thinking, did something happen to Worf's dad and now she'd, in a way, be a single parent herself? Like, you know what I mean. But I understand what she was saying. You know, we're getting older, we're slowing down, and this is very difficult. I'm glad that Worf, you know, stepped up and took on the challenge of being a father to Alexander. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I really did think that for a moment there, the teacher was being a bit prejudiced, because I was viewing it as, you know, a Klingon child, you know, she just wasn't too sure about him, because if memory serves me correctly, he was having some difficulty initially when he was on the Enterprise and, you know, interacting with the children who were there. So yeah, I thought that was what this was, honestly. And I saw him with the model and I thought to myself, I really hope he doesn't take it. But I was just kind of like, I don't know if this episode will go that route. And then, of course, they did. It was for the plot. And Worf, I get it. You want to believe that your child is going to listen to you and, you know, take your advice and take what you say seriously. And when they agree to what you're saying, you know, you won't have any more issues out of them. But sadly, like I mentioned, you know, the brain hasn't fully developed, and kids, you have to learn. You can tell a child till you're blue in the face, don't do this, don't do that. But a lot of times they don't learn until they're faced with some consequences. Really enjoyed the scene with Deanna. I was like, okay, girl, I see what you're doing, and I actually quite enjoy it. Her initial excitement for Worf and having Alexander there, I thought it was cute. It was, but I could understand with Worf, it probably felt like it was a little bit too much. It's like, okay, I'm trying to navigate this, and here you are, like, just all, hey, I want to help, I want to do this, I want to do that, how's everything going? Like, I understand it from both perspectives. But I thought that her conversation with him was very well done, well written, because, you know, she made a good point. What does Alexander want to do? Does he want to go to a Klingon school? Does he want to stay here with you? I love how she brought up Kalar, who I miss so much. Y'all know that was my girl. We only had her for a short amount of time, but she made a pretty big impact in my personal opinion. But this was a really nice episode, and I like how we touched on the possibility of using this wave for warp drive. Again, I thought it was really cool, but at the same time, like all inventions, you know, things aren't gonna turn out the way we want them to in the beginning. So this was very realistic to me when they were experimenting and trying it out. And then of course we had an issue, which was no surprise technically for Trek, but I'm glad that they were able to stop it from reaching that particular planet. Now, Worf's determination was saving Alexander. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And like I said, you know, when your adrenaline's pumping, that's what I was getting at. When your adrenaline is really pumping and you're very determined to do something, you're going to accomplish it. Especially in this type of situation. Like, look, sometimes you don't know where you got the strength from, but yeah, you can do things that you weren't able to do before, especially when it comes to somebody that you care about. So I thought that this episode was real nice. Love that they saved the endangered species, the Gilvos. I like that. That was really cute. And I love how Riker was the one that had to grab him, because obviously Worf had his son. But that was really sweet. And honestly, even though deep down I was just kind of like, see, Alexander, if you were still in Worf's quarters, we wouldn't have this issue. But technically, if he wasn't where he was, we would have lost the Gilvos. So in a way, it worked out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go back and do a little bit of what I used to do. Between episodes 9 and 10, while I did enjoy both of them, I would have to say the ending of the last episode, it's what did it for me. You know, don't get me wrong. Like this episode, love seeing Worf navigate parenthood, although that's never done, right? But overall, yeah, I would have to give it to episode 9 personally. But what do you guys think? Which one did you guys prefer? Or do you just like both of them equally? All right, guys, we're going to wrap up this video. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please hit the notification bell so you guys know whenever I upload. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Hope you guys are having a great day. And as always, thank you so much for the support over here on the channel. Bye.